If you're watching this in real time, that means it's September. Happy September. We're gonna sit back, relax, and reflect on my August favorites. So let's get right into it. This video is gonna be uncut, so everything is included. If you're new to my channel, Tuesdays uploads are uncut. That's what you're watching right now. Saturdays are polished, they're wrapped up in a bow, and they are edited. So if that's more your style, those are there for you as well. But this video and this type of video is probably my most favorite to film because it's just so much more fun and laid back, and I just get to hang out. So today we're gonna hang out, talk about my August favorites. It is so crazy how fast this summer went by. I'm not gonna get all emo about like I did last month, but let's just dive into my favorites because I have some new products and then I have a lot of products that were in my previous month's favorites. So if you caught that video, if you're up to date, you're gonna recognize a lot of these and you're gonna know the talking points I'm about to get to give you. So let's actually dive into those products because let's just knock them out. And first thing first, I can't tell you there's only maybe been a couple days a week that I don't wear these on my eyes in various colors. These are my three personal, like absolute favorites. They're the new Makeup by Mario liquid eyeshadows. So the Master Matte, so they're actually colors that are based on colors that are in Makeup by Mario's Master Matte palette. I have the original one right here. So a lot of tones are going to be very familiar. So if you have that palette or if you've always been interested in that palette, these tones are a reflection of those tones in those matte eyeshadow palettes, but in liquid form. They are phenomenal if you have oily eyelids like mine. My eyelids are creasy. They break down makeup if I don't properly prime them and set them and lock them in prior to eyeshadow. So if you have oily eyelids like me, you're going to love these. But that doesn't mean if you have dry eyelids that you cannot use them. You could absolutely use them. Just make sure you're prepping your eyelids properly. I highly recommend using a hydrating essence, a hydrating toner, something that's not like an acid, but something that's just gonna hydrate and plump up the eyelid skin. Then go on with a little bit of like sunscreen, one that doesn't burn your eyes, and then put these bad boys on top, and you are gonna be absolutely in tip-top shape and solid and ready to go. One of my favorite ways to use this product is with the shade Bisque. I'll put this on, this is what I have on as my base right now for this light eyeshadow to really pop and be like true to tone. Think of it like as just an eyeshadow primer that's going to knock out any redness, knock out any discoloration, any visible veins, and cover that all up so you can put any kind of colored eyeshadow on top or dark eyeshadow, and they're gonna be really nice and true to tone. So Bisque is like one of the number one shades I recommend. Taupe is my personal favorite. It's like a perfect neutral leaning, slightly cool tone brown that's just so gorgeous. And Chestnut. Chestnut, I got one of my friends to buy Chestnut. She was like, oh my God. I'm like, I know. It's so good. And we're gonna keep rolling into makeup because I do have a lot of makeup and other products I've talked about previously. I know I've mentioned bronze shadow stick from Jane Iredale in the past, but I try to keep it really real and like, if my favorites don't change drastically from month to month, that's fine. I want to include the ones that I love the most that I keep using. And for me, bronze is a safe bet go-to whenever I'm in a really quick hurry when I'm in a big hurry and I want a quick makeup look. That sounds more accurate. I'll swipe this all over. I'll put bronzer in my crease. Let me swatch it so you can see what this looks like in case you missed any of my videos trying this on. Bronze is just like one of those universally flattering shades that's just easy to work with. So that's bronze as a beautiful matte shimmer. It's not like overly glittery. These wear so incredibly well. So if you do have oily eyelids, like I mentioned, like me, or even dry eyelids, doesn't matter what kind of eyelid you have, these are gonna stay on really, really well. The other shade that I've been loving and using a ton way back in August, which was only last week, but anyway, that I've been loving a ton is this shade Gatsby. So Gatsby is it's almost like one of those like sleeper colors that you just wouldn't think is gonna be really beautiful, but then when you put it on, you're wowed by it. So this is Gatsby. And I'm gonna swatch it next to bronze. And it just makes a beautiful like inner corner pop, a center of the eyelid pop. It's good for like a one and done, bright, shimmery, all over eyeshadow look. They're just easy. They work really well for my lifestyle when I'm on the go, and they just don't disappoint, and they're very user-friendly. So these two from Jane Iredale have been on heavy rotation and just been my favorites for a while now. There's a newer product that I was introduced to more recently from Jane Iredale that I quickly put in my to-go makeup bag, and I put this on in the morning, and I really love the way it feels on my skin. I've been traveling a lot. I am an oily skin girly over here, but that doesn't mean that I don't get dried out and dehydrated as well. And when that combination hits, it's I'm producing more oil, and then my skin also feels parched at the same time. It's a lethal combination. So this product was introduced to me from Jane Iredale, the brand. They've been incredibly generous. If you missed it, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, I was invited to a Jane Iredale brand trip. And no, not that kind of brand trip. Like a really well done, really just an incredible experience brand trip. There's no like craziness, nothing like that. It was like the ultimate like best friend hangout. Let's like just enjoy each other's company type brand trip and learn more about the brand. And it was just an incredible experience. It's really hard to put into words without getting like super sentimental, but I had an incredible time. Long story short, I want to talk to you about this product and not to get too derailed over the trip, and I'll post more stuff about it. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, head over there. You'll see more like reels and stuff like that and carousels of like a bunch of photos of the trip so you can kind of get more caught up in case you missed it. But the Jane Iredale Hydro Pure Tinted Serum, this has hyaluronic acid and CoQ10. When I saw the CoQ10, I was like, oh, I take that internally for just cellular, anti-aging and stuff like that. And when I saw this was in this ingredient, it was in the ingredients in this, I was like, say no more, give it to me. Let me show you what this is and what it actually does. So it's got encapsulated pigments in it, but it's not like that. It's not like a gimmicky encapsulated pigment type product. This feels like a burst of water on your skin. So when you pump it out, it turns into a tint right away. It blends out very, very easily. It doesn't pill. It just leaves you with a plumped up, very deeply hydrated, slightly evened out tint to your skin. I love to put this on first thing in the morning, like after my sunscreen. I'll put a little concealer under my eyes. I'll go out the door. I'll walk the dogs. I'll pack orders. I'll do things like that and get that kind of stuff done. And I'll feel more confident doing it. But all in all, it just feels incredibly hydrating. So if you have deeply dehydrated and or dry skin, this is a really cool product that I'm going to link, and I think you'd enjoy it. So I want to include that because I can't stop grabbing it. Another product, complexion-wise, that I can't stop grabbing, and it's also so easy when I'm on the go. I really have fallen in love with like foundation sticks this year. Like foundation sticks between the Bosma one, the Dior one. What was the other one that I liked? I actually really like the one from Milani too. That one's a really good one that I need to like pick back up and start using. But I also picked up the Maybelline Lifter Sticks. These are at the drugstore. I wear the shade 25. And these are just so buttery and so easy to blend on your skin. It takes like very minimal effort. It takes 2 seconds in the morning. So if you're low on time, grab this. I swipe it all over. I have a couple like short videos on like other platforms. Like I said, if you go there, you'll see me use this quite a bit. So it's more of like a everyday, like quick fix, blend it on, buff it out, and you're good to go. And it lasts incredibly well on my skin, even for my more oily skin. So my skin doesn't break it down or make it look like cakey throughout the day. It just looks honestly perfect and it feels really lightweight. So this bad boy has been nonstop being used for the month of August. I keep wanting to say July because I'm that messed up in my head that we're in September. So keeping the makeup going, I actually have quite a bit of lip products I want to talk about, and I'm going to run through them pretty quickly because some of them you've seen before, some of them maybe you haven't. I tested this one out and I discovered this more recently. This is the Clean, Fresh, Yummy Blur Lipsticks from CoverGirl. The shade that I actually have on right now, and I've topped it with another product that I'll show you in a second, but the shade is Blur the Lines. These are like a soft matte, moussey texture. They're a really interesting formula. They're drugstore, they're super cheap. I mean, they're very affordable, but they just give you this nice wash of color and they give you like a nice smooth effect to your lips. So really loving this. This has been like one of my like weekly rotation lipsticks that I'm loving. And I kind of want to go back and get another color, but this one's been a hit for me. Similar to this, much higher price point, but the color is very unique and I always get compliments when I wear this. It's the shade Calisson, and it's from Violette FR. These are the Bisou Balms. I'm a big fan of these. I have at least 3 of these in my pro kit, and they always look so outstanding on I've used them more on like photo shoots for like a very specific look, and they are outstanding. They feel nice, they build up, they layer. You can either make them really sheer or you can build up the intensity. But the shade Calisson is my personal favorite for me and just like my aesthetic. So let me swatch it and show you what it looks like. The texture is so similar to the CoverGirl one. So that's CoverGirl, right? And this is Violette FR. you know, similar tones. Like they're very me. I love a nude lipstick. I love a neutral nude lipstick. These look slightly peachy depending on what I pair them with lip liner wise, but these have been on such a rotation for me and I've been loving these. Another one actually that I have on right now. So what I have on my lips right now is a combination of almond lip liner from Ravie Beauty. This is also a favorite. Ravie Beauty launched 4 lip liners and a really awesome pencil sharpener just this past month. These 2 have become my favorite. Fig, you've probably seen me use multiple times. I'm going to swatch it for you. Fig is a beautiful, very wearable, your lip color but enhanced and better type shade. So that's Fig. It's just gorgeous on. And then almond is what I have on right now. And almond is surprisingly very, very cool tone. So if you're not looking for a cool tone lip liner, this might not be for you. I'd pick up Fig instead. But if you are someone like me and many other people that just have a hard time finding a cool tone lip liner that actually stays cool tone, doesn't turn orange depending on like your skin tone and your undertone, then you have to pick up almond. So almond is a perfect wearable cool toned liner. So these 2 have been on my absolute favorite list for the month of August. But almond is what I have on, paired with the CoverGirl Yummy as my base inside. And then I topped it with another favorite that I've been carrying in my purse for like at least a month now. This is the Jane Iredale lip gloss in the shade Naturel. I always say natural, it's Naturel. It's a colorluxe high impact lip glaze. Like I said, I have it on, so instead of swatching on my hand, let me just actually put more on my lips. They feel really nice. They're not sticky. They're very emollient and moisturizing on your lips. They're not like a sticky, gross kind of lip gloss. They're very conditioning and very nice. But this color is just my jam. So that's the combo on my lips, in case you're wondering. I've been loving the way this looks. And then other lip products that I'm loving, speaking of Jane Iredale, this shade in particular, Desert Rose, has been a go-to of mine as well. So I pair this with usually Anywhere Caffeine from Makeup Forever. I've paired this with Fig, which I just showed you, and I've paired this with one other, the Charlotte Tilbury double-ended lip liners in the shade medium, like the intensity medium. Either one of those double-endeds, I don't have it near me, it's in my purse, but with this lipstick, it's been a really pretty combination. Sorry, it's all like gunked up because I've been using it so much, but this is Desert Rose. It's a really great texture, very creamy, but very long lasting still on my lips. You can kind of build it up or sheer it out, depending on how many coats you put on, but I've been just loving this as a lipstick. And then lastly, out of lipsticks, and then I have a lip gloss that I want to share with you. The last lipstick that I've been using just the most in the month of August is Lavender Blaze, I believe is the actual name. It doesn't say on the bottom, but this is the Candy Glaze from YSL. If you know, you know. These smell amazing. They feel amazing. They're pretty sheer, but they're very, very moisturizing. I will swatch this just so you could see it, but I've been a fan of this ever since I picked it up like last month. So that's Lavender Blaze. It's sheer. It's got like a nice cool undertone to it. Pairs really pretty, I'm not gonna lie, with almond. If you're looking for like a true cool tone lip combo, that's one to check out and put together. Lastly, for lips, I picked this up not too long ago. The scent is what got me head over heels in love with this, but then also it has SPF 40 in it. I've been really into protecting my lips and not forgetting about them because I'm diligent about putting sunscreen on my body, my chest, my neck, my hands, and of course my face and my feet. I've not been forgetting about my feet. I have a weird suntan from wearing like Birkenstocks, but I still wear sunscreen on my feet and I'm diligent about it. So my lips are something that I've been trying to incorporate more and more and like not forget. So Supergoop has the Glow Gloss with SPF 40. This is the shade or the scent Vanilla Soft Serve. I wish you could smell it from the camera because it smells so delicious. Very sweet. So if you don't like sweet stuff, then there's, I believe, 2 others scent-wise you could choose from. But when I saw Vanilla Soft Serve, whatever, I was like, absolutely put in my cart. I love the way this feels and the way this smells on my lips. It's makes me want some sweets. More makeup. We're done with lip products, but more makeup that I want to talk about pretty quickly. I have some blushes that I've been loving. Ciele, you know I love the brand. I know I talk about them a lot. Maybe you might be borderline tired and I get it, but I've never been so impressed with a newer brand in a long, long time. And I actually was, I had a great time. I actually got to meet the founder, creator, Nikki, fellow makeup artist. we had a ball. We filmed a couple of little fun things for actually Ciele's YouTube channel. So hopefully that'll be up soon, and hopefully you'll run into me in those videos. We just had a great time. We had a really great time talking about makeup, being like makeup artists, like just sharing techniques and like picking up little tips and tricks from each other. We had the best time. So got to meet Nikki, can check it off my list, can say that we are now friends IRL, which is amazing. But she launched powder blushes. These powder blushes are the Flush and Protect with SPF 45. So they're a powder blush with SPF 45. Just super innovative, great for that additional sun protection. And we were joking around too. We're like, more is more in our book. Like, more is more. You can't take that away from me. Is it always necessary? I don't know, maybe not. There's plenty of people online that try to fight me over this and tell me that it doesn't matter if you layer your sunscreen. All that matters is like that initial coat of sunscreen that you put on your skin. I don't agree. That's my mindset. More is more. And Nikki agrees with me as well. So I don't know. We just had the best time. Anyway, these two blushes I wanted to share, they're all so pretty and they're very unique. And it's just so funny like to see like a makeup artist brand, because like she gets that there's a void in certain colors that are missing from the market, like certain neutrals that are like really missing from the market. So she's got some really cool neutral, like more earth tones, like more like unique colors that you wouldn't exactly like pick on an end cap at Sephora because they look maybe a little bit more boring to the eye. But on, they just are that perfect like no blush look. So I'll get to those in a bit. These two actually are the ones that I love the most on myself. So I wanted to share those because it's most authentic to this video. The shade Rush, she actually put on me. And initially I was like, will you put Chill on me? I want Chill. I love them both. But Rush, actually, she was so right. This woke up my complexion. It's the exact same blush I have on right now. It is so wearable. It's so pretty. It's so buildable. In fact, let me actually build it up right now just for fun. So this is Rush. And it's just a really pretty, kind of like bubblegummy pink, but with more magenta in it. It's just gorgeous. So Rush and Chill have been on heavy rotation and they have not left my makeup bag since I got them. Another one that I picked up, not from Ciele, but it's a newer launch from Ilia, and I just saw recently that this shade in particular is the only one that's sold out, and it's just my favorite. It's so pretty, and it's exactly along the lines of why I like more neutral browns and like more neutral, unexpected, like boring blush shades. Breathless from Ilia is exactly that. It's that wearable, no blush, but just enough blush to make you look, to give you like that pop without it taking over a makeup look, if that makes sense. Really love this formula. It's very smooth. It's very like soft, buildable, very blurring. To be honest, reminds me a bit of the Ciele. And I believe it's a baked formula. It's just a really beautiful, like smooth texture. But Breathless, hopefully they restock it soon because it's just my absolute favorite. They're all pretty, but Breathless is like by far, I think, just such a perfect natural blush color. Now Fenty Beauty has new pressed powders. They're the Fenty Beauty Bright Powders. Originally, and actually they sent me all of them. So thank you, Fenty. Love you. Appreciate you. They sent me all of them. The shades I gravitated towards the most and I've been using and testing the most are Rose Quartz and Lavender. Rose Quartz was initially my favorite. I have recently switched over to Lavender because I think that Lavender actually brightens a bit better under my eyes. It's hard to tell on camera, but this has literally a soft lavender shift to it. But these are really nice for quick on the go, setting your under eyes, brightening your under eye concealer, getting that extra brightness either in the T-zone or anywhere you've highlighted your face. Really great formula. And no, this is not like the blot powder, like the original one. This one to me is much more smoothing and just much better suited for under the eyes and for like more textured areas of your face. Whereas the other one is more like an oil absorber, and could be a little bit more drying, especially if you use it in your eyes. I would not recommend it. So to me, the formulation is definitely different. Now let's get into skincare, some random stuff, and basically like my favorite part of any of my uncut favorites videos is when I get to share like skincare and just more like random stuff like clothing, jewelry, and home stuff in this case. So really quick, I want to touch on the two sunscreens I've run out of now. I'm out of my Dr. Althea Green Tea Fresh Sunscreen. holy grail at this point. Love the sunscreen so much. It's like in my top 5 of favorite sunscreens I've ever tried, ever. So I will be purchasing this as soon as it's back in stock. Hopefully by the time this is uploaded, it will be back in stock. Either way, I'll link it, whether it's sold out or not. That way you can like kind of bookmark it if you want to pick it up. It's very affordable. The other one that I love pretty much just as much, to be honest, it's just as good. There's really not that much of a difference. I've talked about that in previous videos. But the Aqua Glowing Sunscreen, it's just that. It's just a teeny bit more glowy. So depending on what your preference is, you can't go wrong with either one, but this one's going to be just like a touch more glowy. Not overwhelming, just a touch. If you watched one of my YouTube lives not that long ago, you saw that I picked up the Salt & Stone Saffron and Cedar Roll-On Deodorant as well as the fragrance. I'm going to report back. The Roll-On Deodorant didn't really do enough for me, if you know what I mean. It didn't really do enough to like keep things at bay. So that sadly did not work for me. However, I am in love with the fragrance. I think it smells so incredible and so luxe. It kind of reminds me a bit of like Baccarat Rouge, like the really expensive perfume that one of my clients literally is dripping in. And every time I smell it, I always think of her like instantly. It reminds me of that. It smells really, really beautiful and really just interesting. So I've been layering this as I like to. I've been layering it with like my Marseille Essence Vanille. I've been layering it with my Another 13 from Le Labo, like one of my signature fragrances at this point. But this just smells really, really interesting. And I've been just loving this. So I even traveled with it, which is very bulky to travel with. And I love it. A new product that I'm testing out, but I could tell you that I really, really like this. This is very refreshing, very reviving, and very soothing on my skin. I use this actually primarily at night after like a long day and my skin's starting to feel like fatigued. And then I'll lock it in with like a really thick moisturizer. Typically the moisturizer that I'm using is the White Truffle Cream from Dalba. The one that has like the double-ended, one's like a gel and one's like the cream. I've been lathering my skin in the cream at night on top of this. So this is the In Beauty Project. It's their newest moisturizer. It's the Recharge Gel Cream. It says right here, it's soothing, smoothing, and rejuvenating, excuse me. Just feels very lightweight, very, very soothing, like it says on the skin. You can use it during the day also, and it doesn't interfere or make you too like slimy or greasy for underneath makeup, but it feels just really, really deeply hydrating and soothing on my skin. So great after like a travel day or a travel week in my case, or just days where you don't drink enough water and you're feeling dehydrated. A body product that I want to mention because I've been wearing it on my legs every single time my legs are exposed, which is not that often, but more often in the summer. So I know this is hit or miss. Some people really don't like the texture of it. Some people do. I like the texture of it. It's the new reformulation, I should say, of the Fenty Beauty Body Lava. I know the shade that I have is sold out, so hopefully they restock it soon, but it's the shade Who Needs Clothes. I'm going to show you on my hand. And also, side note, this smells unbelievable. It's very moisturizing, but in a gel-like way. This does dry down way better than the original one that came out, I don't know, like a few years back. It still leaves you with like some like moisture to the touch. It doesn't dry down completely, but it does dry down a heck of a lot more than the original formulation. And it just leaves you with a really pretty glow to your skin. So I love it on my legs. Normally I put it right here, like on my shoulder. I just forgot. But normally I would do that. And it's just a really nice product that I really enjoyed. I even picked one up for my sister because my sister loves glowy body stuff. And I'm always like, how do you handle getting that on your clothes? She's like, I don't care. So now I'm kind of the same way. If it gets on my clothes, it's a very fine glitter, very fine shimmer, I should say. And it just, it doesn't bother me. I want to talk about these earrings because I've never gotten, not these. These are vintage. They're one of a kind. I don't have a link. I got them recently at my girlfriend's store as I did these. But I want to talk about these earrings because she told me recently that she is going to restock them hopefully soon. And I've never gotten so many compliments on earrings in my entire adult life. So they're costume jewelry, okay? And they're from my girl Care Tucker's store. They are just so cool and so unique, and they're just so 80s. Like if you like 80s and like nostalgia and just like more like fun costumey jewelry, then you gotta get these. I hate to say that. I never say things like that on my channel, but honestly, so many of my girlfriends have these. I'm just obsessed with these, so I wanted to share them, and I will link them. Even though they're probably gonna say sold out, just know if you do want them, she told me firsthand literally a few days ago that she's gonna restock them. So yay to that. My favorite earrings that I get massive amounts of DMs about, so I had to include it in this video. Now I want to talk about home stuff. Stay with me. Don't leave me yet, please. Yes, it's September. Did I buy these in August? Yes, I did. I bought them as soon as Anthropologie, one of my favorite home decor stores, had their Halloween stuff out. If you don't know, I love Halloween, okay? I love Halloween, everything about it. I am a Halloween freak over here. So I had to pick these up. I bought 4 of these, and how cute are these cups, these like water drinking cups, or like in my case, Diet Coke cups. Like I love to put my Diet Coke with ice and a straw in this, and it is just, they're just so well done, so well made. They're so cool. They got these little candy corns in them. Hopefully they're still available. They have other like variations that have like ghosts in them, I think, and like a bat or a pumpkin. I just like the candy corns, and I like that it's like a deep, dark brown. I don't know. They're just, I'm such a sucker. So I bought those, and then I bought 2 of these. I'm gonna show you just one of them. These ghosts mugs, ghosts on ghost mugs. Why does that sound so funny? These ghost mugs, ghosts on a mug. Again, lucky Mitch doesn't edit these videos because he would absolutely obliterate me and roast me with what I just said. But the ghost mugs that I got from Anthropologie are just so cute. I'm already drinking my coffee out of them. I don't care if it's September, it's not October yet. It's October in my head, so I'm using my ghost mugs. That still doesn't sound right. 2 other things, and then I will let you go. But for a trip that I went on recently, I want some like new jammies. Basically, I like to get new jammies, fresh jammies. You know, every once in a while you need like a fresh start with your jammies. And so I treated myself more so to these super soft jammies from Skims. Some people hate Skims, some people love them. I swear by their long sleeve t-shirts. It's like my uniform at work. I wear them on a constant basis. I love their chonies. Sorry. If you never tried their chonies, their underwear, they're incredibly comfortable. Like they're the best. And their bras are amazing too. So I had to get, it's only right. I love cheetah. I love zebra. I love leopard. I love all those things. I love tiger. I had to get these tiger stripe jammies. Like, look how cute these are. So I got an extra small, I think. I got an extra small. They got a cute little pocket on it. I think these were like limited edition. I actually picked these up at Nordstrom, and they weren't on sale. They were brand new. There was something else I got from Skims that was on sale. It wasn't these, but I will link these either way. The pattern, I had to have it. And they are a set. Or was it a set? Yeah, it was a set. I'm like losing my mind over here. I'm sorry. So these are the shorts. How cute, these little shorts. They're very short, not appropriate to leave the house in, really, but, or not for me. But these are the shorts that go with the PJ top, and they're so soft. Can you feel that? They're so soft. They're relatively affordable. Like, they're not like astronomically expensive, but brace yourself, because I really want to share something that is very expensive that I treated myself to, and I got it at a really good deal. It was normally a ridiculous price for this sweater that I'm about to show you, but I got it for about half off. So I'm going to link it. Check it out if you want to. If you want to treat yourself to like a really nice, cozy, bougie sweater that is just adorable, then you will not be disappointed. Otherwise, if you don't want to look at an expensive sweater, I get you, and I'll say bye now. But I'm going to link it either way, because I got so many compliments on this sweater, and it was like a treat myself kind of moment. I love sweaters. Like, I will have them they're like an investment. They're like buying a jacket, right? Like a nice jacket. A nice sweater you'll have forever, and you'll just like, they're like pure comfort, literally. So this sweater is from this brand called The Great. I don't know. I got it from Revolve. I'm going to link it for you, of course. It's thick. It's knit. I love to wear it with literally anything. Everything and anything. It goes with anything. It's just, I wear it with like denim shorts. I wear them with like literally anything, yoga pants, whatever, anything. I wore it with like a yellow dress on a brand trip, and it was like the cutest thing ever. Such a cute combination. But it's really, really well made. It's like knit and very thick. And to me, it was worth the investment. And again, I got it like almost half off. So I didn't feel as bad about this purchase, but I'll have it forever, and it's just nice and cozy. So wanted to include this cozy sweater. Those are all of my August favorites. New, old, odd makeup. It's a big melting pot of products. I love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Share with me what your August favorites were. It could be new, it could be something old, it could be something that you rediscovered in your closet. If you were doing a no buy, which I need to do that very soon, but if you were doing a no buy month and you rediscovered things in your closet or your makeup collection that became your favorites again, drop those in the comments. Those are so interesting to hear. I love those kind of things. But either way, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my August favorites. Happy September to you all, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, you guys.